Welcome back to Fox Recaps. Today, I'm going to explain the movie The Lucky One, released in the year 2012. The movie opens up as some soldiers pursue a group of terrorists. When the soldiers invade a place and fire at the terrorists, one of the soldiers gets shot. Seeing his friend injured, Aces lunges to help him but gets himself killed. Logan Tebow, the commander of the group, witnesses all this and gets devastated. The next day, while Logan and the rest of his group are checking around the wreckage, something from a distance reflects on Logan's eyes. He walks toward the place and finds a picture of a beautiful lady on the ground. He does not recognize the lady, but still keeps the picture to return it to the soldier it belongs to. Right then, a bomb explodes near him, killing his entire squad. Later, when Logan regains his consciousness, a soldier returns the lady's picture to him, claiming that he found it in his pocket. Logan decides to return the picture to its owner and asks every other soldier if they recognize the lady, but sadly, no one does. During their last mission before returning home, one of Logan's teammates tells him that the lady in the picture is his guardian angel who saved his life in the explosion. Logan is skeptical about the statement, but he nonetheless promises to find the lady and thank her after returning home. Just then, a bomb drops near their vehicle, and again all of the squad members are killed. However, Logan miraculously survives the explosion. In the following scene, Logan returns home but seems greatly affected by the explosion and his life as a Marine soldier. He goes straight to his sister's house in Colorado, where his dog Zeus is also present. He reunites with his sister's family and tries to live a normal life. Sadly, the war has affected him so badly that whenever he hears a thumping or firing sound from the video games, he gets disturbed and reacts strangely. Seeing Logan in this condition, his sister suggests he go out with his friends and enjoy his time. However, Logan decides to find the girl in the photo and thank her for saving his life. He starts searching about her on the internet but hardly finds any clues. Luckily, he manages to find the lighthouse in the picture and heads to Louisiana in search of the girl with Zeus. After reaching the place, Logan starts inquiring with several people about the girl until he finds a man named Roger who claims to know her. Roger tells Logan that the girl's name is Beth Green, and she was married to one of his sheriff friends, Keith Clayton. He also informs Logan that Beth runs a dog training business with her grandmother Ellie. Following this, Logan arrives at the location where Beth has kept a lot of dogs for training. Seeing Logan with a dog, Beth assumes that he's there to apply for a job. When she asks about his background, he reveals that he is a U.S. Marine and has come there from Colorado. Hearing this, Beth freezes for a while, as if she's scared of Marines. She then goes to talk with her grandmother, as she is skeptical about Logan's identity. After a while, Elle approaches Logan and the duo chat for a while. Surprisingly, she finds him kind and honest and immediately hires him. In the next scene, Logan rents an old house and renovates it, making it a suitable place for him to stay. He then starts doing his job at the kennel house, which includes cleaning, bathing, and feeding the dogs. He does his work with the utmost dedication and also repairs an old tractor kept in the backyard. Seeing Logan working so hard, Ellie tells Beth that her decision of hiring Logan has turned out to be fruitful for them. However, Beth is still skeptical about him and suggests they be wary of him. One day, while Logan is alone at the pet shop, Beth's ex-husband and local sheriff, Keith, shows up and enters the shop. Logan approaches him and asks what he wants. However, an arrogant Keith bullies him and orders him to show him his ID proof. He also frisks Logan and attempts to humiliate him further, but steps back when the latter reveals that he's actually a U.S. Marine. Keith then walks away, but not before urging Logan to inform Beth to meet him at 4. In the following scene, Beth can be seen at Keith's house with her son, Ben. Here, it's revealed that Keith has a rude attitude and he is quite disrespectful towards Beth. As Keith's father is a town judge, he keeps on threatening Beth, saying he'll take custody of Ben and leave her alone. He also seems jealous of Logan's presence around the pet shop and asks Beth who hired him. The next day, when Beth returns from a regular jog in the morning, she finds Logan inside her house having breakfast with Ellie. There, Logan mentions that he's completed his school but not college. Hearing this, Beth assumes that Logan is not so intelligent and tries to make fun of him by asking him about his favorite philosopher. Surprisingly, Logan quotes a famous philosopher and Beth fails to guess the correct name, embarrassing herself. After this, Logan thanks Ellie for the coffee and leaves to work. Later in the evening, while returning home, Logan hears someone playing violin, and after some searching, he spots Ben in a treehouse with a violin. He listens to the music and praises Ben for his skill in playing the instrument. However, Ben reveals that he's often teased at school, and even his dad discourages him from playing the violin. Due to this reason, he's bound to practice in a lonely place like the treehouse. The next day, after leaving Ellie in the market and returning home to leave her car keys, Logan spots a piano inside her house. Seeing no one around, he starts playing the piano, but unbeknownst to him, Ben is secretly observing him. After work, when Logan closes the shop and visits Beth to bid goodbye, Ben requests Logan to join them for dinner, and he agrees. After dinner, Logan challenges Ben to a chess match, and the two bet that the loser will clean all the dishes. Surprisingly, Logan gets defeated and is compelled to do all the dishes with Beth. Before departing, Logan tries his best to tell Beth about his actual purpose to visit her, but runs out of words and leaves. The following day, it's the death anniversary of Beth's brother Drake, and she visits his grave with her grandmother. After returning back from the grave, Beth can be seen sitting idle in the garden and remembering her late brother. Suddenly, she gets violent and starts destroying her garden, cutting the tree branches and breaking the flower pots. Logan notices her doing all this and immediately hurries to stop her. Later, Beth calms down and opens herself to Logan, revealing that her brother was also a U.S. Marine who died in the battlefield in Iraq. As the officers didn't inform her about how Drake died, she just wants to make sure that he didn't die in vain. Hearing this, Logan gently hugs her and consoles her. Following this, Beth and Logan start getting closer and enjoy each other's company. One day, when Logan inquires Beth about Keith's rude behavior towards her, Beth replies that she's afraid of losing her son's custody and is happy to face any humiliation from Keith. The scene then shifts to Ben's birthday party, where Keith gets jealous after seeing Logan playing with Ben. He then approaches Beth in the kitchen and threatens to take away Ben if she continues her relationship with Logan. Hearing this, Beth becomes afraid and decides to keep distance from Logan. Ellie, however, asks Beth to rethink her decision and suggests she stand up for herself. The next day, a rejuvenated Beth visits Keith at his home and confronts him, saying that she's not afraid of him anymore and will face him for custody of their son. She then goes straight to Logan's house, and the two end up spending an intimate night. Meanwhile, Keith spots Beth's car parked outside Logan's house and decides to investigate his background. In the next scene, Ben suggests Logan play the piano for the church choir. Logan agrees, but he insists Ben play the violin alongside him. Later, seeing the two practice together for the performance, Beth becomes very happy. In the following scene, Logan and Ben can be seen performing at the church. Beth is delighted to see her son confidently play the violin. After the performance is over, Keith meets with Roger, who informs him that Logan was asking about Beth when he arrived in the town for the first time. Later, when Logan returns home, he finds his front door open and suspects that someone sneaked inside his house when he wasn't around. Though everything is in its place, he finds his book misplaced, under which he had kept the picture of Beth. He gently lifts the book and is taken aback to find her picture missing. On the other hand, Keith visits Beth and shows her the picture which he got from Logan's house. He tells Beth that Logan was searching for her around the town, showing the picture, and points out that he purposely entered her life. Seeing the picture, Beth remembers that she had given it to her brother before he left for Iraq. Shortly after, Keith drives away and Logan arrives there searching for the picture. Beth immediately confronts him about his identity, and Logan is forced to reveal everything. He mentions that the picture saved his life many times, and it's why he started searching for her. Sadly, Beth does not believe in his explanation and angrily sends him away. When Logan is about to leave, Ben approaches him and hands him a book. The next day, while Logan is buying some groceries in the market, a drunk Keith confronts him and provokes him into a fight. Logan does not pay attention to him and tries to walk away, but Keith takes out his gun and aims at Logan. Being a U.S. Marine himself, Logan skillfully takes the gun away from Keith, humiliating him in front of everyone. At night, Logan can be seen packing his belongings when he finds the picture of Aces inside the book which Ben gave him. This shocks Logan, as Aces turns out to be Beth's late brother, Drake. As a result, he decides to approach Beth and describes how bravely her brother fought before getting killed by the enemy. Meanwhile, Keith arrives at Beth's house and requests her to get back with him. When Keith refuses his proposal, he threatens her to take away Ben's custody. Ben overhears all this and runs towards the treehouse despite a heavy storm occurring outside. When Keith notices this, he rushes to retrieve Ben, and Beth also follows soon. Later, Logan arrives there and Ellie directs him towards the treehouse where the family has gone. Moments later, it can be seen that because of the heavy rain, the wooden bridge towards the treehouse has collapsed, with Ben hanging onto it. Fortunately, Logan and Keith team up and save the little boy. But before Logan can swim back to help Keith, the treehouse falls on him, drowning him into the deep water and killing him. The next day, Logan visits Beth to return the picture of her brother. Here, he also tells Beth that Aces didn't die for nothing, but he died bravely while saving one of their injured soldiers. After telling this, Logan starts walking back towards Colorado, but gets called by Beth from behind. She comes running towards him and requests him to stay with them, and Logan agrees. The movie ends with Beth, Logan, and Ben happily celebrating Ben's 9th birthday by cruising away in Keith's old boat. That was all from the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button to help us out. Also, leave a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movie. Until next time, take care.